This is my land, you
This is not your land, it belongs to these families.
land, you son of a bitch. I'm gonna kill you and the Palestinians. This is my land. God gave it to me. Nazi.
The Prophet, peace be upon him, said, O Allah, bless our Sham, Syria, and our Yemen. People said, our Najd as well. The Prophet said again, O Allah, bless our Sham and Yemen. They said again, our Najd as well. On that, the Prophet said, there will appear earthquakes and afflictions, and from there will come out the side of the head of Satan. Saudi Arabia is not our holy land. Hijaz is our holy land. Hijaz meaning Mecca and Medina. These are our holy places, not Najd. Saudi Arabia only started and it was founded on the 23rd of September 1932 by the British. Saudi Arabia promotes Wahhabism, a brand which outlaws the celebration of Mawlid, which is the remembrance of the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, on his day, the day he was born. Supposedly, you cannot lecture or remember the founder of the religion on that day, but it's halal to do the sword dance with American presidents. Claus Kleinfeld has been appointed as an advisor to Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman. Kleinfeld will take over wider responsibilities to enhance economic, technological and financial development of Saudi Arabia. But who is he? Well, all I can say is he's a German and he has a Jewish last name, and he's dealt heavily with Israel in the past and is now dealing with Saudi Arabia. Oh, and he's educated in America and a good friend of Donald Trump. Oh, and I almost forgot to mention, he's the former CEO of Siemens, who have been operating in Israel since the creation of the illegal state.
The Prophet said that Dajjal will not enter Makkah and Medina. Dajjal will not enter Makkah and Medina. The angels will prevent him from entering. And I say that Dajjal is already in Makkah and Medina. If you go to perform Umrah, you see Dajjal everywhere you turn. Meaning, you see the footprints of Dajjal, you see the evidence of Dajjal everywhere you turn. Go to Makkah and Medina today. What the hadith is saying is that at that time, when Dajjal will appear as a human being, at that time when he attacks Makkah and Medina, he will be attacking while riding on a donkey. You know about a donkey. And the donkey will fly, it has wings, and fly faster than the clouds. And the donkey will have his ears stretched out wide. Dajjal will be riding on that donkey. We have interpreted it to be fighter aircraft. But you don't have to accept our opinion. No. You can, if you wish, choose to wait for the flying donkey. We have interpreted it as the fighter aircraft. The Dajjal controls the skies. If you ask the Libyan leader, he will tell you Dajjal controls the skies. So at that time when Israel attacks, Makkah and Medina will be barred from them. They will not be able to attack Makkah and Medina because the angels will prevent them.
While sleeping near the Kaaba last night, I saw in my dream a man of brown colour, the best one can see amongst brown colour, and his hair was long, It fell between his shoulders. His hair was lank, and water was dribbling from his head, and he was placing his hands on the shoulders of two men, whilst going around the Kaaba. I asked, "Who is this?" They replied, "This is Jesus, son of Mary." Behind him I saw a man who had very curly hair and was blind in the right eye, resembling Ibn Qatan, an infidel in appearance. He was placing his hands on the shoulders of a person while performing tawaf around the Kaaba. I asked, "Who is this?" They replied, "The Messiah ad-Dajjal." The politics speaks for itself. Saudi Arabia has aligned itself with America. If you can't wake up by these images in this video, then you will never wake up. You've become a slave of the Saudi king and a slave of the Saudi princes. You worship idols in Najd and you do not worship Allah. They feed you garbage and you swallow it. But people are waking up. A battle for access to seaports is underway in one of the world's unlikeliest places, Somalia, now caught up in a regional struggle between Saudi Arabia and the United Arab Emirates on one side, and Qatar, backed by Turkey, on the other. At stake, not just busy waters off the Somali coast, but the future stability of the country itself. Somalia has been at war for decades, and until the last few years it has struggled to attract foreign investment, but rivalries in the nearby Arabian Peninsula are resulting in serious inflows into Somalia. Saudi Arabia and the United Arab Emirates have been supporting the terrorist Takfiri Wahhabi group Al-Shabaab for decades.
Al-Shabaab, Al-Shabaab, terrorist, terrorist, Al-Qaeda, Al-Qaeda. Markaan u dagaalano oo aanu shahiidno, Ilaahay agtiisa waxaan ka rajaynaynaa jannatu firdaws al-ulya. Waxaan rajaynaynaa xur al-cayn.
It was only last year Somalia rejected aid from Saudi Arabia, and it was only this year Somalia seized hard cash from the United Arab Emirates being transported on an aircraft. If the disciples of Dajjal think they are going to win, well, we have news for you. The forces of good are at work as we speak. It's only a matter of time till we see Imam Mahdi and the 313 companions. Take note, we will not be silenced by your oil money. No.
This is my land, you
This is not your land, it belongs to these families.
land, you son of a bitch. I'm gonna kill you and the Palestinians. This is my land. God gave it to me. Nazi.